Hello guys, I come back. So guys, let's talk about the samples. So you may or may not know that I have 3 kids now. So kunzima. So I decided that with these blanks, I am gonna get them manufactured by someone else and not me. This is someone that I've worked with for 10 years. Literally, I started out with them doing my ready-to-wear stuff, but then I transitioned to custom made stuff, which I started doing myself. But I was like to them, I need you to do this for me. And they were like, listen, I'm game, okay? So I'm gonna talk about the first sample that he worked on. So guys, yeah, I don't understand what is going on. I don't understand what he was thinking, giving me something like this, but I just was not happy with it. And I know he can give me exactly what I want because he's done it before. And I want to work with him because he understands me better. And I think, Linda, my mistake was that I let him do my stuff in my absence. Previously, what I would do is he would work on a sample while I'm there with him so that I show him how I want my stuff to be done. And then after we perfect the first sample, then he can run with the rest of the production on his own. So this time around, I was like, you know what, it's fine, do it, do you. Nah, I have a lot on my plate. I can't come there, you know, especially with 2 young kids, 2. Back then, they were both 2 under 2 when I started working on these things. So I wasn't going to travel with my children and be there the whole day because their dad works during the day. But anyway, I'm just rambling now. But I wanted to show you this corset. This is the first sample that we did, which is nothing close to what I want to sell to you guys. It is so bad, guys. And also, my fabric choice was just not the right fabric. I know where he went wrong with this. He waited for me to tell him I'm on my way before he started working on my thing. And what I hated about this is that he's the one that put his own deadline for me to come and collect, and he still could not meet it. But anyway, guys, let me just show you the first sample. It was so bad. It still has the boning in it even now. I'm definitely not going to use this for anything, but I wanted to show you guys when you get the final product, guy. So when I went there, I remember I was in the Northwest the day I was supposed to collect this, and I hit him up. I'm like, listen, what time should I come? Because it was the day that we agreed to meet for me to come and see the sample. And he was like, hey, what is the latest time you can come? And I know when he says that, it means he has not touched my stuff, which made me so mad because I told him how urgent this is for me, because I really wanted to get these things to you back in August already, because that was like matric dance season, wedding season, the busy season was then. Well, it's still now, but we're still not there yet. The shock I got, guys, when I got there to find that corset. If it was not my fabric, the fabric that I bought, I would not have believed that is mine, But anyway, that sample was done, and he also told me that he was struggling with the cups because they were so flat. I couldn't understand why they were flat. One thing I didn't tell you is that I drafted the pattern for this corset, and then I just sent it to him without even doing a sample of it because, he was going to work on a sample. Why do I also want to work on a sample, But the good thing was that I drafted 2 patterns. I gave him one and kept one, just in case something like this was going to happen, so that I can test it out myself, and which is what I did. And when I tested it out myself, this is what I made. I was just testing the cups. He was using the same fabric as well to make the cups, so I wanted to see if I do it, how will they look. And guys, I was happy with my cups, I was so happy. So I was like, listen, I did the sample, I sent him a picture and showed him my cups, and I was like, I love them exactly the way they are. Just do it this way, don't change anything, just add seam allowance, because he did say that he didn't add seam allowance on the pattern that I gave him. So I was like, no, add seam allowance and then don't change anything else. work with it the way it is. And then this is the second sample that he made. This one, I was still not 100% happy with it, but we were, I'd say 90% there, which was exciting because now I could see the vision. We switched the fabric to this one, and some of the issues that we experienced with this one is that the fabric frays, and on the edges it kind of stings, you know. So I told him what we need to do in order to avoid that, so that when he finishes off the next batch, we don't experience the same issue. And we were experiencing it with the edging as well. I mean, the edges as well. Even though he piped it, still yatlabanyana. So that's the one thing that we needed to fix. And then he also changed the cups. Even though I told him not to change the cups, he changed the cups. And I could tell because I drafted this pattern and he looked at the sample as well. So I asked him, but then why did you change the cup? And he was like, nah. He just gave me a reason. He gave me the reason, but I was like, no, don't change it. And then I showed him how to fix the issue that he was experiencing. So he fixed it, and then he was just like, he'll do it on the next batch. Even this one, the stitching was not 100% there, but it was way better than the first one. And after that sample, I was like, listen, we are ready to move into production. You know what to do now in order to avoid the little issues that we have with this one, right? And now this is us moving into production. So I was also testing different colors, you know, to see what's gonna work. So with these samples, he didn't do what I asked him to do to avoid the stinging stuff, because I can still feel them. So he didn't do what I asked him to do. But this one was way, way better than the first sample that he did. It wasn't better than the final sample that I approved, but it wasn't too bad. But also, I don't want not too bad. I want perfect, you know. But yeah, you will notice more the stitch is not like exactly straight. It's not too bad, but I can see it, you know, I can see it. And then here we still have threads sticking out. Yeah, there were not a lot of issues with this one, but it was not 100% there. So we could say it was 80% there. But for something that is in production as a final product, we shouldn't be getting 70% or 80%, you know. It should be 100% because we got 90 on the second sample, which is what we approved. But anyway, that happened. And then he also did this white one. Guys, this one I wasn't happy with. First, it was dirty. Second of all, just look at the stitches. This is something I'm supposed to be selling to you guys. And I am not happy with it. Like, the quality was so bad. Look at that. Yeah, this one has a lot of imperfections, guys. Let me show you the inside as well. And another thing what he's saying is that he's getting paid for these things, even though they're not perfect. So I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with Hey on. It is so dirty. And even with this one, yo guys, let me show you the edge at the bottom. Do you see it? It's not straight. It is not even straight. So this one, I give it a 40% out of 100, which I'm not happy with. And then with this fabric, I was like, you know what? Make another one that is perfect so that I can see if I really want to ditch this one in tidy or not. So he did that, and I still don't like it. The quality is just not there yet. It's dirty. I'm seeing black spots. Like, guys, the inside was worse. But I don't know if you can see this. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. So this one, I would give it a 40% as well. I wasn't happy with it. And then this one is the one that I did. I think because I'm working with a different fabric from what he was working with, I didn't have any issues. So what I'm gonna do now is make a sample using the same fabric that he was using, just to see where he's struggling, so that I can rectify that when we move into production. So yeah, this is the one that I made and I'm happy with it. I don't know if I'm being biased or what, but I'm happy with this quality. But again, it's a different fabric from what he worked with. So yeah, guys, right now that is where we are. Let me show you the skirt that I have that I think I can actually put on the market now. It's those odd muse silhouette type dresses. Sorry, I had to go fetch the skirt. So you've seen the skirt on my previous videos. So DC, because I wanted to see the fit on different types of bodies, you know, and I'm glad she was able to try it on because she is just like me with a fuller bust, and I wanted to see how it sits on full busts because the few people that have tried these corsets on all have smaller boobs. So yeah, this one I was also not happy with it because it's dipping in. I don't know why it's dipping in because the other ones are not dipping in. But this one was not too bad. I would give this one an 80% as well. 80%. Actually 85%. This one is not bad at all. It's just that dipping thing that I don't like. So yeah, Oyi tried this one on with this skirt. It's not her size, but at least I know how it sits on a human being because it's always been on the mannequin, you know. So yeah, guys, that's where we are right now. Let me know if you want me to launch these skirts and mermaid skirts along with these corsets, and then we'll take it from there. I just need to figure out a way to get them into production. I either have to hire people and manage them, basically get back to running the business full time. But this time I'm going to run it as a CMT type business because we're going to be mass producing these. Or I need to outsource the production to someone else, or I'm going to make them myself, which is not ideal because the main aim of this thing is to alleviate the stress for me, for you, for everybody that is involved. So right now I'm toying towards the starting my own CMT / production line, I guess. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, guys, please let me know what you think of this. I'd really appreciate your feedback. It could be anything. Like if you feel like there's something specific that you want me to make for you, I'm more than happy if I have the capacity and the know-how. So yeah, let's hop on this journey together, guys, until we get it right. We're gonna get it right eventually.